I am so sorry for being late for this TBR. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am so happy you're here because we're going to be talking about all the books I would like to read for the month of April. Plus, there may be a giveaway on the very last book that I'm going to talk about, so make sure you stay to the end because there is a giveaway on an unreleased advanced reader's copy of a thriller that's coming out later this month. So make sure you stick to the end so that way you hear about the book, about all the details, and all that fun stuff. The first book we're going to talk about is the Sleep When I'm Dead book club pick. If you didn't know, I have an online book club called Sleep When I'm Dead. I kind of did like a revamp of what books we're doing. So we're doing like new-ish release thriller books, and for the month of April I will be having Liv over from Liv's library and we will be reading The Writing Retreat. I'm excited because I've heard very polarizing opinions about this book, and I'm just really excited to not only have a book discussion with Liv, but also to be talking about this book and also read it because it's been on my shelf for a good while, but I had to like savor it just a little bit because I knew we were going to read this book in April. I also feel like just based on the cover, this is like the last au revoir to the colder months. I've been told to read this book completely blind and that the front little flap of the book does spoil quite a bit. But from what I remember hearing people say, it is about like a bunch of authors. They come to this writing retreat, but like only one survived. So it's like a and then there were none type of books. I've been seeing a lot of like writing retreat type of books. So, and I haven't had like a all-time favorite just based on that premise. But again, I'm really excited to read this one. Also for the book club, we do have a Discord where you can actually hang out and chat with us throughout the month as we read this book together. It has a lot of information. They're always linked down in the description box. So make sure you check that out. The live show will be on April 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern over here on my channel. Also in Discord, in case you didn't know, you can actually submit your questions about the book in Discord for me and Liv to answer. So make sure you go check that out. The next set of books I want to talk about are actually books I've already read or like I'm currently in the middle of. So let's jump into those first. So the first book I want to talk about is Set on You by Amy Lee. This is actually book one in the Influencer series. Back in February, I hosted my own readathon with a few other ladies and we did a readathon called X's and O's and we read the sequel to this book called X's and O's. But I've been told the first book is so much better, and I had this on my March TBR, but I started it on the last few days of March, but I finished it on the second day of April. So I'm just gonna go ahead and include this and give you guys a spoiler. It was a 5-star read for me. This is about Crystal, who is the sister of Tara in book 2, and Crystal is a curvy fitness Instagrammer or influencer, and she meets this guy named Scott at the gym that they go to, and what turns into kind of like a hate to love turns into like a friends to love, and then it's so good. Like the romance is so good, and like it's like the best realistic romance in my opinion. However, it also has some great body positivity messages, so I highly recommend whether you're looking for a good romance or if you're looking for something that's more positive and uplifting and kind of relatable for all sizes, I highly recommend you pick this one up. And then the book that I'm currently reading, which I wasn't actually planning on reading it this month, but I got a advanced reader copy from Libro FM, and this is one of the books out of the many that they released. But I have The Family Secret by Kirsten Modglin. This is one of, I believe this is, if not her newest release, it was the release before her newest one. But I'm currently in the middle of this one. I'm trying to go into it more blindly. I think I'm about 30 to 40% into this book, but it is about a woman named Austin and her new fiance Lowell. He just found out that his parents passed away, and so he kind of came from a wealthy family, and so he has to go back to like kind of settle all that. So she goes with him. He has some siblings who are a little, I don't know, they seem a little unhinged to me, but while she's staying there, her best friend kind of needs a place to stay, so she invites her to stay with them while they're kind of going through all this. There's so many red flags going on. I'm not 100% sure like where the story is going. It does say their new home becomes a lifetime of memories and a terrifying secret. So there is a secret going on, obviously the family secret, but I haven't gotten that part, and I'm enjoying it so far just okay, but I'm looking for like a good plot twist. Also, I forgot to mention this is available on Kindle Unlimited for the ebook as well. All right, I hate to be that YouTuber, but I do have like a secret TBR vlog that I'm like hoping to get done in the month of April. If not, it will be stretched out over a long period of time. But I do want to read all 3 of these books, and I'm not going to tell you what the concept is, what the books are, but I'll just show you this much. And that's it. These are the 3 books for my secret vlog. I'm not going to give any hints or, you know, messages behind it, but I'm very excited to read these. So hopefully I can get to these 3 in the month of April, but it may be one of those things that kind of leads into the month of May. All right, next I have quite a few like other events going on in the month of April. One of them is I am a patron of my friend Gwen, which I talk about her all the time. She has her own podcast called Talk Bookish to Me. Definitely go give her a follow and check out her podcast. But she has her Patreon, and she's doing this like clear out of book of the month. So I'm actually unhauling quite a few book of the months. They're ones that I was interested at the time. They're not ones that I picked. I just found them either in like free little libraries or at the book exchange when I went to go visit her. But there's some of the books I'm just like not that interested in. So I definitely want to do a book of the month clear out and participate in that. One of them will be the writing retreat for Sleep When I'm Dead. But I also have The Last Party by Claire McIntosh. I'm again trying to go into it a little bit more blindly. It just says at midnight, one of them is dead. By morning, all of them are suspects. So I think this has to do with like, yeah, it says on New Year's Eve. Yeah, so it happens, I guess, at a New Year's Eve party. So I definitely want to read this one. I haven't had the best luck with Claire McIntosh's books. They've always been like mediocre, like 3 stars, but I did hear pretty good reviews on this one. So hopefully that will be a good one. I did also forget that secret TBR, there is a book of the month book in there. So that's the only clue I'm giving you, but we'll see. And then Gwen is also doing a halfway to Halloween 48-hour reading vlog over on our Patreon. So I'm very excited about that, especially to get to like more spooky books. So again, if you want to participate, definitely recommend, you know, Becoming a Night Owl. She's got some great tiers and a lot of stuff going on. But there's one book that I'm like solely focusing on. I may add maybe 1 or 2 more books in there to kind of like break it up a little bit, but I'm very excited to read this one because it was a book that I found in a free little library in great condition, and I've heard really good things about this one. But it is the Southern Club's book.
Oh my gosh, I can't say it.
It is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I heard this book takes place in like the South during the 90s, and it's like very suburban mom drama, but like with vampires. So this is definitely something that, you know, I feel like fits all the prompts for that. So I'm very much excited to read this one. The next book that I'm about to show you may be a little bit of a shock because like I do not read young adult, but I've heard great things about this book in particular. And one of my all-time favorite thrillers that I've read so far this year was also by the same author. So I'm gonna read Kate Alice Marshall's The Rules for Vanishing, and I've heard great things. I believe Liv told me that this one will actually scare me. So challenge accepted. Maybe I might fit this into halfway to Halloween. We'll see. But I'm really excited about this one. Let's see. It says, I think it has something to do with like once a year, this like mysterious road just like shows up out of nowhere, and like people who take that road go missing. And so I think it's about our main character and maybe like a friend or two taking that road. So we'll see. It says anyone can follow the road, but few leave it out alive. Ooh, very excited. And plus, like I said, Kate Alice Marshall wrote What Lies in the Woods, which was one of my favorite thrillers of this year. So I'm really excited to see what else she has written. I'm a little nervous about the young adult, but I've heard good things about this one in particular. All right, breaking up all the scary stuff, I do have another romance on here. This is Do I Know You by, I'm not even going to try to pronounce those authors, but there's the names right down there. And I'm excited about this one because I think this one has to do with like married couples, and I'm really excited about that because like I feel like that's not really something I see a lot in romances, and I love reading about like actual real life struggles in marriage because like you know, that's life sometimes. It says, Eliza and Graham are anticipating an anything but sexy week-long getaway to celebrate their 5-year anniversary. Nestled in the Northern California coastline, the resort prides itself on being a destination for those in love and those looking to find it. For Eliza and Graham, they might as well be on vacation with a roommate. When a well-meaning guest mistakes Eliza and Graham as being single and introduces them at the hotel bar, they don't correct him. Suddenly, they're pretending to be perfect strangers and unexpectedly fun. So I love like the whole fake dating, but like you're also like technically together. I feel like that would be such a cute like concept, and I feel like this is like perfect for spring, so I'm really excited. Plus I would love to go on a resort like that. Moving back into some darker things, I have a book that I'm actually really nervous about because I was talking to Lena on reading sprints that I do on Mondays, and she said that she's nervous for me to read this one, but I have Temper by Lane Fargo. If you didn't know, this is the same author as They Never Learned, which I loved. I think I gave that one 4, maybe 5 stars. I can't remember, but she said she just read this one and it was so good. But I think she said it's not technically a thriller. It's more of a psychological suspense maybe. So I'm glad I know that going into it. This just says, after years of struggling in the Chicago theater scene, ambitious actress Kira finally lands the role of a lifetime. The catch, starring in Temper, means working with Malcolm Mercer, the director who's known for pushing his performers past their limits on stage and off. So I'm excited about that. It kind of gives me, especially with this cover and that kind of concept, it reminds me a lot of the Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen book, An Anonymous Girl, in a way. So I wasn't like a huge fan of that one, but I'm really excited about this one. Plus I want to get more into like dark academia, theater type thrillers. I want to keep giving that a shot, so hopefully this is a good one. We'll find out. So the last book before we get into the giveaway book is It's One of Us by J.T. Ellison. This one has a really unique concept because I know it has to do with like infertility and like sperm donations, but like as a thriller, what? This one just says everybody lies, even the ones you think you know best of all. So I'm excited about this one. I don't know, like an infertility thriller just sounds really good. So I've read one other book. It was actually the Sleep When I'm Dead book club pick. I think it was the very first book I picked for the book club. I could be wrong, but it was, I feel like that one was just okay. So I'm really excited to give this author like one more shot, especially with their newest and with a very interesting concept. So we'll see. All right, and then finally we are at the end of the video. There is a giveaway. So the last book I want to talk about on my TBR is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I put this on my March TBR, but I never got around to reading it. But I'm actually doing a giveaway because the publisher actually sent me another copy, so I don't need 2 copies. So this book does come out on April 25th, which I'm really excited for, but I figured I would do a giveaway to give away the second copy. So yeah, this is the book, and if you're curious what it is about, it is, after posting a negative review, a woman living in a remote location begins to wonder if the author is a little touchy or very, very dangerous. In the pulse-pounding novel of psychological suspense and terror from the critically acclaimed author of No Exit and Hairpin Bridge. So I'm very excited because like obviously we are all like readers and we rate books and review them, so that sounds like a very interesting concept. So I'm very much excited because I loved No Exit. Hairpin Bridge was not a big one for me, but I'm excited to give Taylor Adams another try. So let's do the giveaway. So to enter into the giveaway, you must be a subscriber to this channel. Like obviously I want you to subscribe and stick around for all the fun. B, you must follow my Instagram, which is at readingwithjess_, so you can definitely find me over there, and you will see this post right here of the book with all of the giveaway details. But basically just comment on that photo and just tag a friend, and then let me know what you're most excited to read in the month of April. The giveaway will go until Sunday at midnight, April 9th. Enter as many times, but again, comment what you plan on reading in the month of April and tag at least one friend. So I will announce the winner on Monday morning the 10th, and good luck entering. All right guys, those are all of the books that I have planned for the month of April. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you guys will consider subscribing to this channel, entering the giveaway, and also participating in the Sleep When I'm Dead book club for the month of April. But yeah, I have nothing else. I guess I better get off to reading all these books, but I hope you guys all have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.